This tutorial is to help in the completion of Excel Project 18. To begin with, you'll download a file from Canvas, and then be sure you click on Enable Editing across the top to enable all of your ribbons. And then we are missing some information that goes in with this. We're asked to use the internet to find those. Some of you will just know the location of some of these teams off the top of your head, but just to be safe, we'll go ahead and look them up. The first one we have is the Bulls basketball team. So let's go to a new screen and go ahead and go to Google. And we're going to type in Bulls basketball. And because it's such a popular sports team, it should come up right at the top. We have Chicago Bulls. So we'll come back here and key in Chicago. Then we have the 49ers football. We see, okay, over here on the side we have San Francisco 49ers, which is their football. So we're going to come here and put in San Francisco. Then we have the Giants football. And that would be the New York Giants. And then we have the Rockets basketball. And they are located in Houston. All right, now because we've added some things of our own, let's run a spell check and make sure that we didn't spell any of those cities wrong. And then we're ready to go ahead and format our spreadsheet. So we're going to start by formatting our main heading. And it looks like we only have 3 columns to merge that across. We have no subheadings, so then our column headings need to be underlined and centered. And then we can adjust our column widths. Next, we want to center horizontally and vertically. And then we also want to add a header. And then we're going to go ahead and save right here. Be sure you change to your student drive in your computer tech folder, in your Excel folder, and we're going to name this Project 18. That way we have an original that's formatted the way we need it to be. Now we're ready to go ahead and do our sorting. It asks us to sort this file primary by sport, secondary by team, in ascending alphabetical order. So we're going to go ahead and highlight everything under our column headings, go to our Home tab, click on Sort and Filter, choose Custom Sort. We do need to add a second level. So our primary is by sport, A to Z, and our secondary is going to be by team, A to Z. We'll click on OK, and we should end up with Oakland A's baseball at the top and Oakland Raiders football at the bottom, because it should be by sport first. All right, let's go ahead and do a save as 18A, and then we'll convert it to a PDF. Then we're ready to do part 2. Part 2 tells us to sort the file primary by location and secondary by sport. So we'll highlight our data under our headings, go up to the editing group, choose Sort and Filter, Custom Sort. We're going to change the primary to be location, and we want that to stay A to Z, and then secondary will be sport, A to Z. Choose OK. And so we have Chicago Bulls basketball at the top, Utah Jazz basketball at the bottom. We're going to go to File and Save As and name this one 18B. And then convert to a PDF. Then we're ready to do part 3. Part 3, it asks us to apply appropriate shading and then to add a clip art and a text filter, a bunch of different things. So let's go ahead and start with shading. Now, appropriate shading would be to do a darker color in the heading area. So we're going to highlight from A1 down to C3, and we're going to go ahead and go to our font group, and we want to find our little paint bucket, our fill color. And it's a good idea to stay within the same color family. And for your top one, you only want to go to about the 3rd row down for your darker color. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this red accent one. And then we'll highlight under the column headings, and we're going to do a fill, and you want to keep it in the same column but do about 2 shades lighter. So I'm going to choose the top one. That would be appropriate coloring. So use a family, choose about the middle shade for the top and then a lighter color, 2 shades lighter for the bottom. We don't want them so dark that we can't read the lettering. Next, we are going to add a clip art to this. Now the filter for this one is to show only basketball teams. So we're going to go ahead and add a basketball graphic or clip art. So go to your Insert tab and then go to your clip art button. And then over here in our search, let's type in basketball. And we get a lot of different options. Let's go ahead and I'm going to add this guy right here, who's the man playing basketball. And we want to resize this and place it in our header area. So we're going to shrink him down pretty small, and we want to bring him over here to our header. And I'm going to put him right next to that name. Now I want to go ahead and make this kind of uniform, so I'm going to copy this guy. I'm going to right click and do a copy. And then I'm going to right click and paste. And I'm going to move this guy over on the other side. So I have 2 of them. But I want to flip this guy so he's facing the other direction. Now to flip a picture, I'm going to go up to the Picture Tools format. And in the Arrange group, I have a Rotate option. I'm going to click on Rotate, and I'm just going to say Flip Horizontal. So now I have 2 basketball guys, one facing one direction, one facing the other. All right, and you can choose whichever graphic you want. Be a little bit creative. Just make sure you shrink it down so it fits up in that area that we created above. Okay, next we're going to add our filter. To do our filter, click down below one of your column headings and then go to the Data tab and click on the Filter button. And it says to create a text filter showing only basketball teams. So we're going to come to our Sport column and click on the drop down, and we're going to come to Text Filters, and we're going to say equals. And we can actually click on the drop down here and choose which one we want. We want only basketball. So I'm going to click on basketball and say OK. Now it highlights or hides everything else and leaves only the ones that meet our criteria. Now we want to go ahead and sort this by location in ascending order. So I'm going to come to the drop down next to location, and I'm going to click on Sort A to Z. So I have Chicago Bulls at the top, Utah Jazz at the bottom. And now I'm ready to save this. So I'm going to go to File and Save As and name it Project 18C. And then go ahead and convert to a PDF. And you need to be sure to upload all 3 files to Canvas for submission.